Hey, my name's Jane Lowe and I'm going to demonstrate how to safely remove a temporary fire. Okay? Now, when we make a temporary fire, we're thinking carefully about having the minimal impact upon our environment, and we want to return the fire site back to the way it was before and leave no trace. So we need to think very carefully about what we're going to do with the embers, where they're going to go. We're going to need to think about how we're going to recover the space, and we need to think about what we need to take away. When we're making the fire, it's very important that we don't overuse the resources from the woodland. If it's a cooking fire, it might need to be wider, but if it's a heating fire, it will only need to take up a smaller amount of the fire circle. And we're thinking carefully about the amount of time that the fire needs to burn. We're not keeping it burning for any longer than we need to. Now, the actual removing of the fire can be part of the forest school session, and it's almost like the sort of closing ceremony where all of the children and all of the leaders take collective responsibility for the fire, for putting the fire out safely, and for returning the site back and leaving no trace. Okay, so the first thing we're looking for is for a colour change, and as I covered in my other video, we're looking for the embers to be white or grey as they are here. This is a really cold fire, and we should be able to move the ash, and we can see there are no orange embers at all. Okay, and we're moving the ash around, disturbing it, and we're 100% sure that this fire is out. We can put bare hands to this fire, absolutely fine. Okay, so the first thing we need to do after we've disturbed the embers is we have our water at hand, and we can pour the water from the outside in a circular motion to the inside. Okay, and we know this fire is nice and cold because it's not even making a hissing sound. Okay, when we've done that, we now need to clear the ash, and what we're going to do with this, we are going to put it into a bowl that's readily there, and we're then going to scatter this back to nature, because there are minerals in here and goodness that we can return to our area. Now, I'm not just going to go and dump it all in one place. What we tend to do is we tend to scatter it widely over the site, okay, and that will ensure that the goodness is being returned to the site, and we can clear up all of this ash, which is going to be very good for the soil. Okay. We know that it's cold, we can put our bare hands to it, so we know that there isn't going to be a danger of a forest fire when we scatter these ashes. So the next thing we need to do is restore the covering over as much as possible. So if there were leaves or mulch or grasses or whatever, we're going to break up the ground and we're going to cover it as much as we can. Use a stick for this. Just break the ground up. Any covering that we can restore to the area we can to help it grow over. Picking the ground up. As far as possible. We want to make sure that we have not left evidence of our fire. Okay, thank you.